We back.
Border officials say they are now training for an expected surge in migrant crossings before President-elect Trump takes office. The Texas National Guard holding exercises along the southern border today, along with the Texas Department of Public Safety. These preparations coming amid reports of smugglers growing more creative and potentially more desperate in the lead up to Trump's inauguration. So let's bring in border correspondent Allie Bradley, who's live for us in Eagle Pass, Texas, along the border there. Allie, tell us more about this training.
Yeah, hey, Nicole. So despite crossings in Texas being lower than they were this time last year, they're still all hands on deck and preparing for a surge in illegal immigration. They're conducting these mass migration response exercises just in case they get a rush at the southern border. They want to be in a proactive stance versus a reactive one, like we've seen so many times down here along the southern border. So they have been conducting these proactive exercises in the sector. They've started doing this last week, and we were on the ground for those as well. You could see flashing red and blue as far as the eye could see along the southern border. And then that is the case again today. And Texas National Guard involved down here under Governor Abbott's Operation Lone Star. But what's interesting here today is they're splitting up the groups in order to cover more ground. So they're not standing as closely together. They're trying to spread out, so they have more area to cover and that they can kind of have that proactive stance in several areas. Now, take a listen to what Texas DPS Lieutenant Oliveira said about these exercises.
We're taking proactive steps by having these mass migration response exercises, different regions of the border, not only in South, but also in the western parts of the region. So we started in Brownsville, Texas, where the week of Title 42 was there. We carried this on to Eagle Pass, El Paso. So we want to conduct these exercises to send a clear message for anyone that's thinking about crossing or entering the state of Texas that we're going to make it very difficult.
And of course, Governor Abbott has a lot of plans, Nicole, when it comes to what will happen to anybody who crosses illegally. There's still legislation in the works, but a lot of it consists of stricter ramifications for people that are crossing, kind of like criminal charges if they cross illegally. And of course, Texas DPS filing those criminal trespass charges as well. These exercises, as Lieutenant Oliveira said, are happening along Texas's southern border right now.
You know, and Allie, Texas DPS, I know, says it's been using every resource available, but it doesn't seem to be deterring people from crossing there. What are you seeing on the ground?
Yeah, what's unfortunate, right, is under Operation Lone Star, they've spent billions of dollars. But once again, we're starting to see those large groups show up back here in Eagle Pass, just outside of Shelby Park. This is a park that they seized and secured, and it is closed off. But they're finding a way where the wall ends, essentially. So this is what I encountered here this morning, a group of over 100. In this group, they're from all over, including Venezuela and the Dominican. Also in the group, 2 men from what are considered special interest countries in Africa. One man was from Nigeria. He told me that he wanted to go be with his uncle, but his uncle has lived here for 13 years. Take a quick listen to this. And where are you? Who are you going with?
My uncle is there.
Your uncle is there, and you're from Nigeria.
Yes.
Why are you here now? Why'd you come now?
Why did I come?
It sounded like he tried to lie and make it up. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
But my uncle is here. He's invited me.
How long has your uncle been here?
Maybe more than 20-something years or what.
So why now? Why didn't you come 13 years ago?
Just that there's a lot of saying I'm not around that time.
All right, and look at this. Just over the weekend, Texas DPS troopers catching a group of 154 migrants who had crossed into this area illegally from all over, Cuba and Venezuela there too. But look at these guys. These are 6 men from Afghanistan that were in that group. The sector has been seeing an increase in that demographic of special interest migrants. Now in that group, 20 unaccompanied children. The group was handed over to U.S. Border Patrol. Now, there were more than 266 unaccompanied children encountered at the border yesterday alone, Nicole. 66 of them were in the Del Rio sector, which is where we are. So this problem continues to persist. And I want to note here, this is kind of a news-making moment here. I just got a confirmation that Governor Abbott is expanding those buoy barriers, a very controversial buoy system that he has in the Rio Grande down here. He's going to be expanding these. We know that they're surveying the river right now. We can see those buoys potentially expanded as early as tomorrow. Nicole.
Wow. All right. Allie Bradley, live for us there in Texas. Thank you.
I heard it for yourselves. Listen, the migrants know their time is running up. Trump is already pressing the issue. As soon as he get in office, he gonna make change. He making sure a large amount, a large sum of folks that's not supposed to be here go back home or to wherever it is they came. Doing what you got to do, man. Listen, I live in Texas, so I see a lot of migrants. I've been seeing them, especially over the last 2 years. I've been seeing a lot more immigrants, like to the point to where you can almost tell. You can tell like it's a migrant or not, right? And so, with that being said, I also want to say to the migrants that I know it's some of y'all that have good intentions and trying to make a living over here in the U.S., but you don't do it the right way. I'm sorry. This is what happens. So, with that, I want to tell all of my people to just be aware of your surroundings, be prepared to what's to come, because I'm pretty sure some are not going to take this lightly. So, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share. We out.